Lena Hilda Zavaroni was a Scottish child singer and a television show host. With her album Ma. At 10 years of age, she is the youngest person in history to have an album in the top 10 of the UK albums chart. Later in life she hosted TV shows and appeared on stage. From the age of 13 Zavaroni suffered from anorexia nervosa, which became clinical depression 2 years later at the age of 15. Lena died at the age of 35 from pneumonia. Life and career. Early life. Zavaroni was born in Greenock, Renfrewshire, and grew up in the small town of Rothesay on the Isle of Bute with musical parents, who owned a fish and chip shop. Zavaroni's father, Victor, played the guitar, and her mother, Hilda, sang, and Zavaroni herself sang from the age of 2. Her grandfather immigrated from Italy. Zavaroni was discovered in the summer of 1973 by record producer Tommy Scott, who was on holiday in Rothesay and heard her singing with her father and uncle in a band. Scott contacted impresario Phil Solomon, which led to his partner Dorothy Solomons becoming Zavaroni's manager. Musical career. In 1974 Zavaroni appeared on Opportunity Knocks hosted by Hughie Green and won the show for a record-breaking 5 weeks running. She followed this with the album Ma. A collection of classic and then recent pop standards which reached number 8 in the UK album chart. At 10 years, 146 days old, Zavaroni remains the youngest person to have an album in the top 10. Zavaroni also sang at a Hollywood charity show with Frank Sinatra and Lucille Ball in 1974, at which Ball commented, "Yow, a unregistered trademark re-special. Very special and very, very good," although some sources attribute the words to Sinatra. Following this, Zavaroni guest-starred on The Carol Burnett Show. She also appeared on The Morecambe and Wise Show, the 1976 Royal Variety Show, and performed at the White House for U.S. President Gerald Ford. Signed to the soul-oriented Stax Records label in the United States, Zavaroni was not widely popular despite the praise in television appearances. Her Ma album was not listed in the popularity charts, and its title single only reached 91st position on the Billboard Hot 100 during a 4-week chart run in the summer of 1974. Stage and television career. While attending London's Italia Conti Academy stage school, Zavaroni met and became long-term friends with child star Bonnie Langford. The two starred in the ITV special Lena and Bonnie. In September 1978, the BBC broadcast Lena Zavaroni on Broadway. In 1979 Zavaroni had her own TV series on the BBC called Lena Zavaroni and Music, and from 1980-82 she had a TV series, Lena. Later years. From the age of 13, Lena suffered from anorexia nervosa. While at stage school, her weight dropped to 4 stone. Lena blamed this on the pressure placed upon her to fit into costumes while at the same time she was developing as a woman. She continued to suffer from anorexia throughout the 1980s. In 1989 she married computer consultant Peter Wiltshire. The couple settled in North London but separated 18 months later. Also in 1989, Zavaroni's mother, Hilda, died of a tranquilizer overdose and a fire destroyed all of her showbiz mementos. After the breakup of her marriage, Zavaroni moved to Hoddesdon, Hertfordshire, to be nearer to her father and his second wife. By this time, she was living on state benefits and in 1999 was accused of stealing a 50p packet of jelly, although the charges were later dropped. Health. Zavaroni underwent a number of drug treatments and received electroconvulsive therapy in an attempt to beat her depression. She begged doctors to operate on her to relieve her depression. Although the operation would not cure her anorexia, she was desperate for it to proceed and threatened suicide if it did not. In September 1999 Zavaroni was admitted to University Hospital of Wales in Cardiff for the psychosurgical operation. It was described as pioneering. After the operation, she appeared to be in a satisfactory condition and after a week she was making telephone calls, cheerful and engaging in conversation, even asking her doctor if he thought there was any chance that she would get back on stage. However, 3 weeks after the operation, she developed a chest infection and died from bronchial pneumonia on October 1. She weighed less than 5 stone. Although some reports said that the surgery was a leucotomy, the hospital said that it was not, and the treatment was intended for depression rather than anorexia as was rumored at the time. Zavaroni was buried at Hoddesdon Cemetery in Hertfordshire. Discography =albums Ma. If My Friends Could See Me Now, the Lena Zavaroni collection, Pickwick released a 2-record set in 1976, made up of Lena's first 2 albums. Lena Zavaroni in South Africa, presenting Lena Zavaroni, Songs Are Such Good Things, Lena Zavaroni and Her Music, Hold Tight, It's Lena. =singles References. External links, Lena Zavaroni at the Internet Movie Database, Lena Zavaroni at BBC Online, Lena Zavaroni at British Film Institute.